Activities were happening, like an office with other adults present, but here the child is in a space that is totally dedicated to children.
It's a space where different practitioners can come together. We can have multidisciplinary teams working on, with the same child.
I had no idea that this structure existed. The environment is at what I would consider first world. This service is tremendous.
Therapy Center is a good place. They have a wide variety of entertainment for the kids. They have playrooms, learning materials, and all those for the kids.
We don't feel uncomfortable when we're here, so we're really grateful for the space.
At the CPFSA, the well-being of children under our care is of paramount importance.
Since June 2023, when the center was handed to us, our play therapy services were moved here, our mobile mental health team was moved here, and our clinical psychologist operating in the region was also moved here. We offer psychiatric care here, and in the latter part of 2023, we started offering art therapy and occupational therapy services.
That's where the agency is going right now in terms of offering therapy. They're looking at drama therapy, we're looking at dance therapy, other areas that involve expressive arts that the children would naturally gravitate to and find it easier to express themselves.
At the CPFSA Therapeutic Center, my daughter would have received 2 types of counseling that I am aware of, play therapy, and the second would be one-on-one counseling. I was introduced to the Therapeutic Center as a referral from the family court when one instance of abuse had occurred, and she was 11 years old on the last instance. The main change that I have seen is behavioral. She was very, very rude. Now I am seeing a reverse, where she is now behaving as a disciplined child. In terms of school, I am not having issues. When I am invited to school, it's because of positive stuff now, unlike before.
When a child comes to us for being in need of care and protection, the child may have some behavioral manifestations, some behavioral issues. The child will come to us and we will do a full psychological evaluation, and the psychologist may decide that the child needs to see a psychiatrist or the child may need different kinds of support.
My wife and I, about 2 years ago, decided to foster a son. Great experience, but about maybe 7 months ago, we had some issues behaviorally in school and at home. But being here has helped our family, has helped our son, and it was a play therapy. He enjoys it, he's thrilled, he looks forward to it. To find that the way she was helping him was relevant to him, and he enjoyed the process.
I didn't know places like this existed from the arm of the government, and free of cost, and just the professionalism that existed.
And I wonder how many persons have these issues but don't know about the therapeutic center. That's why I'm here, just to get the word out, because I think it's a great need for nation's children.
As heard in these testimonials, the CPFSA's Therapeutic Center has done a remarkable job in prioritizing the mental health of our children. And as the center's resources continue to grow, so will its impact on the future of our nation.
Children. Big up yourself. Good morning to you wherever you are. We certainly hope that you are beginning to have what will be an awesome day, a day to remember, a day like you have never seen before. And so, even if it not goes so, we are determining that it will be so. We are calling those things which are not as though they were. Speak life into your situation.
And you know, some days don't feel the days don't feel like it.
No.
Up and Adam, you know, about those days I often find are the days where if you decide to have a good day and you lead the day with just decide, you know what, here are the 5 things I'm grateful for, you kind of shift your own energy, shift your own mindset, and go into the day with a different type of attitude.
Absolutely.
So I think the quote of the day is perfect for a day like today. I feel like we're all kind of feeling like wah, wah. But we're going to shift this thing because we have the power to do that, right?
We do.
So everything we do should be a result of our gratitude for what God has done for us. That quote today comes from Lauryn Hill. So again, let's lead with gratitude, right? We're not going to focus on what we are feeling like heavy today, but we're going to focus on what we are grateful for, and literally will shift our energy.
Definitely. Your verse of the day today: the heart of man plans his way, but the Lord establishes his steps. Proverbs 16, verse 9.
Love that.
Yeah, sometimes you plan your way, you know, but guess what? God has to order your steps, guide your feet.
Honestly.
You know? Indeed.
And that's why we have a little saying in Jamaica where we say, man a plan and God a wipe.
Too.
You understand? Because I saw that. I see you, girl. And she's like, oh yeah, all right then.
For Tickles with the headlines. Good morning, Tickles.
Dennis, how you come up with these things?
I don't know.
I look forward to them every morning.
I like it. Tickles. Tickles. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Well, great morning. Let's talk about what's happening in the news. First up, Ocho Rios High student shot and injured by pair. That's first up. So an investigation has been launched into the circumstances surrounding a shooting incident involving students at the Ocho Rios High School in St. Anne on Monday. CVM News understands the incident that took place shortly after midday unfolded when a 14-year-old student allegedly brought a firearm onto the school grounds. The teenager was reportedly in the social studies lab with others when the firearm was accidentally discharged, injuring a 12-year-old girl.
Saw that story yesterday.
Yeah.
I think the investigation is not so much currently into the circumstances surrounding the shooting. I think we know what the circumstances are. It's what you call a show and tell shooting.
Correct.
And it happens a lot.
Yes.
It happens a lot in other countries as well, and it's something that you're told not to do. I remember being in high school, and an incident like this happened, and a child died when I was in high school. And I remember, not at my high school, but it happened. And I remember being told, if you see somebody bring a gun, come to school,
report.
Leave. Don't go to where the gun is. Leave. And it's something that I've always thought anytime you see these show and tell situations, because the truth is that the average young person does not know how to handle a firearm, and things go off. You know, boy take up them father license firearm, and or boys gathering up. Wow, my father gun. And you show it pew, 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 and then he just gone off, and somebody dies. And these things happen, which is why I've never been the young person who, if you are playing with a gun over there, so me gun coming on no luck, and gunshot na yai.
And I want to tell you, my dad used to always say this thing as well. Oh, I always remember hearing him say.
We are going to give some more introduction, so some way to introduce yourself, some useful sentences when you're traveling around Italy, and some tip or advice when you're at an Italian restaurant.
All right.
I like it.
All right. Where are we starting?
Well, let's start to introduce yourself. So, usually when you have a conversation, you start to say, my name is, io mi chiamo, and then you put your name, like io mi chiamo Daniele.
Io mi chiamo. So name. So, all right, like in French, you would say, it's like, I am called so-and-so. Is that what it's?
Something like this.
Okay.
My name is, so io mi chiamo.
Io mi chiamo. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Io mi chiamo Dennis.
Okay. Perfect.
All right.
And then you ask back. So you say, what's your name?
Oh, yeah.
So, come ti chiami?
Come ti chiami.
Ti chiami.
Come ti chiami.
Come ti chiami.
But it's important because
I really like Japanese.
that's the word.
Ti chiami.
It's like, that's the verb.
Chiamare.
Chiamare.
So that's the infinitive.
CHI is like K, let's say the sound.
Chi.
Yeah.
Chi, yeah. Chiamare.
Chiamare.
Yeah, that's the verb, the infinitive.
Chiamare.
Chiamare.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Verb.
Yeah.
And then you're going to say, como te chiami?
No, come.
Just kidding.
Come.
Come
Yeah,
te
because,
chiami?
you know, this Spanish, Italian, it's
That's
very
true.
tricky. You know.
Chiami.
Yeah.
Come.
What's your name? Come te chiami?
Come ti chiami? What's
Come
your
ti
name?
chiami?
Okay. And then if I want to say, well, I already told you my name, and I ask you your name, and I say, well, it's nice to meet you, Daniele. How do I say?
Piacere di conoscerti.
I'm sorry, what now?
It's like
Piacere.
piacere
Piacere
di conoscerti. Like,
Conoscerti.
pleased to meet you.
Jamaica's favorite drama, Your Guilty Pleasure.
You listen to me, is it, Reverend Madden? I don't want you to gamble with my life or the lives of our children.
Royal Palm Estate is on CVM every Tuesday and Sunday at 9 p.m.
Well, as you know, Jamaica have so many amazing character and so many talented people in all segments, you know, from the music, but we have to big up the movie business right now because the movie business is coming. And when I started Strike Star with Paul Eckstein, you know, it was to start from the bottom, come all the way to the top, teaching people how to understand the story, what we are doing, how to create a story, how to build, producing, how we doing directing, you know, the business of the movie business, and that's what we started. So Paul, this is 1 year anniversary of Paul death,
Right.
and we just have to bring it back to celebrating him, but more forward, going forward with what we're doing to help these young minds to understand script writing.
Yeah.
It's more important than anything. Crafting story.
Let's talk a little bit about our history in film, because some would say, you know, from the harder they come, it was the first glimmer that we had into this is a potentially massive area of potential for Jamaicans.
Yeah.
But some would say we haven't really catapulted and, you know, chosen an upward trajectory in that department, but somehow it's kind of just meandered along the way. What do we need to do, Ricky, to really have people see that this is a space that the creatives can really benefit from, the film industry?
Well, first of all, you have to talk about the investment part of it.
Yeah.
And film business is not like music. You can go in the studio and just you can do a beat and you just rap over it and do whatever.
Yeah.
Film business is a creative thing. We start from the bottom. And if you don't have support to write a screenplay and say, okay, what are we going to do with it? What are we going to do with it? Where are we going to put it? And if you don't have the support of financial backing, that's a problem.
Right.
So you can write a movie and maybe shoot whatever you want to shoot. It doesn't mean it's going to get distributed anywhere.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's a new time. You know that they just gave the film industry like, what, $10 billion?
Yes, yes.
You know what I mean? To help support the game, people with the idea to dream and dream big, and there's a kickstart. And I'd say they're going to produce the whole thing. But we as Strike Star are here to like, okay, if you build something and make something, we can take it to the front line for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's also not only just that, because I'm here to do Jamaican movie, not to bring America here to do Jamaican movies, sound like Jamaica. We need authentic Jamaican, just like the music. You will understand the language and get used to the language, just like the Nollywood, the Mexico, the Colombia, all these places, you know what I mean?
Yes, there is a lot of importance how we breathe. In general life, we are so busy. We don't know, we don't focus on our breathing generally. Whether we are student or working somewhere, we are just keep on going and breathing short, which is not reaching to our lungs basically. But when we breathe deeply, people do like, if I say, okay, deep breathe, our body is going up, but that is not the right way. We have to just imagine the balloon, how we put the air inside the balloon. Belly should come out, you should feel it in your chest, your lungs, you should feel it. And when you deep breathe out is always necessary to be longer than the deep breathe in. That increase the capacity of your lungs and you get the good oxygen, and you can take out CO2, which is carbon dioxide, more than the oxygen.
Got you.
Makes sense. So tell us, I mean, in our daily lives, sometimes we'll be standing like I am now, and sometimes we'll be sitting. Some of us sit for long periods of time. So let's start with persons who sit for long periods of time, maybe at their desk to do their work. They're doing their job. How should Yendi be breathing properly, or how can she improve on how she breathes from this point of view?
Okay. So in this one, we are busy, so mind is occupied somewhere, right? So we don't know how we are breathing. In that, you do first spine straight. Just if you can take a couple seconds, fine. You can just make a spine straight. When you breathe in, if you can use your one hand, just keep it on your belly just to realize what we are doing. When you breathe in, you should feel it in your throat is going inside, and you feel your belly coming out first, and then you feel it in your chest.
Yes.
And in general life, what we are doing when we breathe, chest is coming first, and we don't know what is belly coming out or not. It's supposed to come out.
Yes.
And then you breathe out. Just give a couple seconds to yourself, and you feel so relaxed.
I think, first of all, Group B will be exciting, because I think that what I want for us is for us to win the group. If we're to win the group, we'll avoid playing against Argentina in the quarterfinals.
Assuming Argentina win their group.
Argentina will win their group.
Yeah.
Well, so I think it's very interesting. But we and Venezuela, so to speak, are kind of like the underdogs in Group B, which can work for us, because that means that, boy, they're not going to expect much from us. Maybe get a point here and there, while they have Ecuador and Mexico, of course, to be the powerhouse. But I think that based on how we have looked against in our recent encounters with Dominica, we should be able to be up there. In a football, how it goes.
To be there and there,
yeah, but I think we are capable of even topping the group, which would be good.
Yeah.
Will be a tough task ahead of Mexico, but we can get the job done.
This Mexican team has undergone a lot of changes. They're without their main goalkeeper, Ochoa, who has been here for a while. So it's a Mexican team in transition. So we kind of expect that maybe they won't have that same marauding dominance that they normally have. But they are the farm team, and as you said, Ecuador is the other big team in that group.
Yes,
so we have Venezuela supposed to be the underdogs. But what do you see as the big strength of this Reggae Boys team, and if there are any weaknesses, what are you concerned about?
My concern, so the last game that we played at the office here in Jamaica, I remember watching, and I spoke with the coach in the press conference, and I spoke about the pace. We're too slow. That's not going to cut it.
Yeah.
The next thing is, while we're getting the goals, like we saw against Dominica, we conceded. So that's a weakness. Our defensive lapse was so poor.
Especially late in the game.
So we can be there, and the 3 points are there for the taking. The next thing you know, we're conceding. That's not good, especially when you're going against teams like Mexico and Ecuador. Again, for me, Venezuela being one of the underdogs, you cannot take underdogs lightly, as you know, heading into a competition, because not much will be expected of them.
Jamaica's favorite drama, your guilty pleasure.
You listen to me, is it, Reverend Martin? I don't want you to gamble with my life or the lives of our children.
Royal Palm Estate is on CVM every Tuesday and Sunday at 9 p.m.
So when I try to simplify it, I try to explain that we actually have 3 divisions, right? With really 3 companies. We have a creative arm, that's our software studio. So we create software, we build it, mobile apps, the web development, etc. Then we have our technical services. This is really where we kind of implement the technology that we sell. But we distribute technology, and that is our commodities arm, which is what we're more familiar with. So we started with BlackBerry, and we're here today where we sell a host of different devices in the ICT world.
I just heard all of Gen Z go, what's a BlackBerry? I don't know those.
But I mean, at the time, you were cutting edge, you know, I'm making the BlackBerry available.
We thought BlackBerry was it.
We thought BlackBerry would be forever.
Yes, we all did.
You know, and you know, of course, things and times change, the devices change, but now you're moving away from devices and you're providing a new suite of services. What customer are you looking to capture now?
Well, when we started, we didn't know who we really wanted. But what we recognize is based on the needs that we serve businesses best. And we're actually basically a gateway to technology. So we treat ourselves as a B2B partner. So we actually now distribute to sellers. We actually implement the technology for companies. And of course, similarly, software, we create it for them.
What are some of the notable milestones that SMS has achieved?
Well, the first thing, when we started, we were trying to position and we got BlackBerry partnership with our EMI, where BlackBerry partners will win. And then, of course, we evolved. We actually became broader partners. We had Samsung come on board, we had Lenovo come on board. But I would think one of the most creative things that we did was the creation of our phone insurance, which is where we partnered with GK General in order to create that. And we did that from 2014, and it's something that we've created. We've pioneered our platform, and just the way in which we do business, it's all geared around solving problems for customers.
Okay, so the Jamaica International Beauty Expo, aka JIBE, it is the premier beauty and wellness expo, and you know, it is the ultimate marketplace for businesses in the beauty and wellness space that offers products, services, and of course this is happening at the Montego Bay Convention Center. Not this weekend, but next weekend, so save the date, June 28th, Friday to Sunday the 30th at the Montego Bay Convention Center, and it's 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily.
Oh wow. Yes. Who is interested in coming? Who should be interested in coming to the expo?
Everybody, everybody. So not only beauty and wellness businesses or content creators, as is the day and age, but everybody. So bring the whole family. It's a family affair. You know, persons who are interested in fitness, skincare, hair, fashion, of course. You know, so yeah, it is for everybody.
And you do have a lot of exhibitors on display, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, we have confirmed 80 with over 140 products.
That's brilliant, right? And Jody K is one of them. Jody K, tell us about your products. What can we see when we come to the expo?
Okay, thanks for having me. So I have a vegan line, lip gloss, and also I have lipstick, which is mineral base. And we also have makeup kits and yes.
Oh, you're branding.
Yes.
Look at the branding.
Yes, all about the brand. Yes,
so we have collection.
Yes, so we have a goodie bag. I'm actually hosting a makeup class on 2 days. So it's the Saturday and Sunday. So it's actually, you know, even though I want to be able to, I'm a makeup artist, right? So even though I want to collect your money, but in case I'm not available, I want you to be able to do your own makeup. So I want you to come to the class, whereas I will teach you hands-on tips, whereas you can look your best, you know, if I'm not available.
So now it's time for a challenge. So I need one person from each team just to step forward.
Never step forward, you know. I mean,
All
I
right.
do this, you know. I don't know where you're
All right, so this challenge, yes, you need it, man. This challenge is called the teleprompter challenge. So you're going to look at the teleprompter and you're going to be delivering the lines as a flight attendant. So we're going to start with Shelly Ann. All right, so after 2, 1, 2.
Good afternoon, passengers. This is the pre-boarding announcement for flight 89B to Rome. We'll be now inviting these passengers with small children and any passengers requiring special assistance to begin boarding currently. Please have your boarding pass and identification ready. Regular boarding will begin in approximately 10 minutes' time. Thank you.
All right, so now let's move to Yenny. You're delivering the same line.
Same lines? Okay.
Same line. Let's go. In your voice.
Okay.
And go.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, passengers. Thank you so much for joining this flight. This is the pre-boarding announcement for flight 89B to Rome. We are now inviting those passengers with small children and any passengers requiring special assistance to begin boarding currently. Please have your boarding pass and identification ready. Regular boarding will begin in approximately 10 minutes' time. Thank you.
All right.
Yendi.
So now, it's up to you. To our student audience, student, is it Yendi?
Thank you. First of all,
so back to your tables, please. So we have our final question. We don't have no time this morning. This is a video. This is a visual question. So look at the monitor and identify the person. Oh no, this is a math challenge. Yes. So the red car signifies which number. We have. Wait. The answer is
87.
That is correct. 87 is not 78. It's 87. So please put your hands together for yourselves, you know. So this morning it's very obvious that Yendi, Dennis, and TK took the freshers this morning. The scores are, do we have the scores, judges?
It's 500 to 0.
The scores are 9 to 0.
I'm Celine Gordon, host of Holy Road.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your boy John Mark Wigan, host on the show Holy Road. Listen, people need to know what's happening in the churches and in ministry in all of Jamaica. It's an absolute blessing. We're really excited to share this.
Tune in to CVM, see it happen.
Not only one of the best topics, one of the best during the break conversations, but it's time for final thoughts, which is sort of started thanks to that excellent question you asked. If that's one thing you could change, what's your one thing?
My one thing would be I would love to be able to center myself easier. Like I find that, to get to a central point and meditate and balance my nervous system, my sympathetic nervous system. I have challenges doing it. If I had the powers to just center myself and namaste in a second, yes, I would go for that one. Yeah.
Kirk, your final thoughts?
My final thoughts is I'm all for genetic modifications of the humans. Of humans, sorry, not of
the humans.
No, not pet,
he's
not
a
pet.
bionic. We just got the proof.
So yeah, I'm all for it as long as it's done in a safe way, right? Where we don't have mishaps where you're growing with an extra arm through your head or something, stuff like that. Because things do go wrong.
And what happens to the different stages? Let's go back to Resident Evil.
Hold on, we don't have that much time. I'm all for it, and we all should proceed in the research and